All right, let's start recording. Okay, so if y'all do not know who this beautiful lady is, this is the beautiful Genevieve. She also goes by Jen too. She has lots of names. She's the real queen, okay? Um, if you have ever seen her, she does the most amazing transitions. She is a person that can show the real who you are. When it says real, it's not REEL, it's REAL. Because she is real, she is authentic. And I met her on some of our trips with Park Lane. And Genevieve is not on our team, but she is such a beautiful person that she has offered to do this training for us because this is what she is good at. Now she's good at a lot of things, but this is something that she really does well. And I feel like she could bring a lot of value to our team because I know a lot of people want to know, how do you do a reel, or how do you even come up with the content for a reel? Okay, so Genevieve is a senior division. She is a stay-at-home mom. She is also a retired ballerina, like real ballerina, does all the things and the twirls and everything. She is also a French fry connoisseur. This was information that was just given to me. So she knows good French fries. Yeah, she's laughing, but this is the thing she told me. She works Park Lane 100% online. This is her business. This is her full-time gig. She has mastered the art of social selling while really staying super relatable as like a mom, a human. And she has, like, did you see her guest? She has, she's a boy mom. We connected on that. And I love that that makes her real too, because children, they walk in our room, they interrupt what we're doing. They're part of our reels, they're part of our social media. So I love that about her. She's been with Park Lane for 3.5 years, but in that time, she has earned 3 team trophies. She has been a national speaker for Sparkle 4 times, and she has tripled her income. Okay. And she said one of her most proud achievements is being married to her hot husband, David, and she has her 4 sons. She told me this. So this is coming from the horse's mouth. When she is not slaying earrings, she loves to travel. She loves yoga classes, and she says she can find a darn good bargain at Marshall's. So y'all, if you didn't love Genevieve by just the quick intro I did before that, you'll love her now. Okay. So I am going to pass it over to her, and I'm going to go on mute, and I'm going to let her take it away, and I'm going to turn it on to speaker view.
Oh,
so we can see her. Oh,
no pressure. Hey. Is this Jeff Sparkle's sisters, by the way?
This is actually part of the Bright Lights for Allie's group. So it's
okay.
It's a blend of the teams. Yeah.
My Very cool. Okay. Well, hello. My now 2-year-old, I almost said 1, is screaming in the background. So I'm sorry about that. He does not want to do tub, but I am so thrilled to meet y'all. And I try to tell as many people this on the trips as possible whenever I meet different Park Lane people. I don't believe in teams. I mean, I love like that whole community building with your teammates, but like I don't see Treasure Tribe and I don't see I see Park Lane, and I will always see it that way. So feel free to friend me, feel free to follow me. If I don't get back to you right away, obviously I have 4 kids, but I believe in the gift of sharing. It makes us better. Jennifer Bond says it best, that a rising tide lifts all boats. If you're succeeding, I know I'm succeeding because Park Lane won't go under. So I'm not here to like compete with anybody, but I will preface, and I didn't tell Jessica this, but I tell my own team this, I tell everybody I train for on social media, that it's kind of an ugly dragon and we have to kind of play the game with social media. But please know that, there are pillars to this business that have nothing to do with social media. And that's what you should be doing day in and day out. And when you have snippets of time, or you have a lull, like maybe a week that doesn't have a party or so on and so forth, then you can build in more skills. And I will always believe in that 100%. And if you don't know those main pillars of the business, I'm sure you do. We all know it has to do with hostess coaching, recruiting, having parties, right? And then becoming a better stylist ourselves with our mindset. I just truly believe that. and then we can dabble in the social media. But like I said, or not like I said, like Jessica said, I can confidently say that I kind of figured out social media early on, and I know every day it changes. But here's the thing right now, in this current day and age, like as in 20 seconds ago, we have conditioned ourselves for very fast content. You do it yourself, you know it. The scroll goes super fast. And if someone doesn't have captions or there's not cool music, you just go right on by. So every time you're going to create content, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about, like, what do I consume? Because then what you create, people will digest. If you don't like what you're doing, or you're like fumbling through it and going, I wouldn't watch this, then just move on. Go book a party. Like, don't stress yourself out. But ultimately, fast content is the most consumed right now. And some of the stats I got from Instagram, like literally today, is that reels used to be like 7 seconds, which you couldn't get anything out of. Right now, the 30-second mark is kind of the sweet spot. And I really love that because I have a lot to say. I'm Italian, we're a woman, you know, we got a lot to say. But I have finessed my Facebook show to 30 minutes, and I try to do reels about 30 to 60 seconds. And I find that just, you can get a lot of information out. So before I was going to do quite a little bit of, what do you call it? Screen sharing in a minute, and actually tutorial. So if you're someone that really likes hands-on and you are a visual learner, this is going to be totally you. But if you need to watch this on the replay and like start, stop, please do that, because I can go fast and I'm very sorry. And if it doesn't work, we can pivot and maybe meet again and pick up where we left off if the tutorial's not working. But before we start that, I want you to kind of think of content. And this can be outside of reels. It can also have to do with stories. It can also be with a general Facebook Live. And it can also be just putting up graphics, that they should kind of lay in 4 subcategories. Liam, what are you doing? Sorry, my son, if you're like wondering what's happening here, he is gonna blow Elon Musk out of the water. And so anything I need tech-wise, I go to him. Okay, so the 4 kind of main subcategories for any content on social media, they have to be either educational, inspirational, entertaining, or then finally our selling category. Okay. And if you're like, well, what the heck? All I do is sell earrings. That's where now you kind of have to get the creative juices flowing. So Jessica asked me to share some ideas, and I will definitely give that to you. But just jot those 4 down, because anytime you are feeling creative, or some of my best stuff happens right after a party, when I'm like hype after the energy, I know the wish lists are coming, fingers crossed, right? I did my best job. I'm still in hair and makeup, and I'm like, all right, now I'm going to do something. I'm going to either take photos, or I'm going to make a reel, or, you know, I'm going to spill my guts on what just happened on an actual post. Like, that's where I feel the most creative. But it can come to different people. And if you don't feel creative, then what I will suggest is, when you find 1 or 2 things, just rinse and repeat it. And that's what I tell my brand new stylist when I say, you know, you don't know much about fashion, or you don't know much about even jewelry language, just go with the sale. When you like dumb down Park Lane, just talk about the 2-4 sale till you are like blue in the face, because that is so good that you can literally make that content like 100 different ways. The 2-4 sale, like we could do that for the next 6 months. So don't also make it too complicated. Now, the difference, in case I'm going to like baby beginners here, is that a reel is a video that you can either create outside of Facebook or outside Instagram and post, and it will live out there in forever. And if you have a public profile, it will go to the masses, which is awesome because we don't have to pay for it. So think of it as free marketing. A story is something that is generated through your profile, and it goes to your followers only. So it's not going to go to like some beautiful woman in Australia. It's not going to hit her unless she follows you. So you have to first know the 2 different types of content you're dealing with. Now, the cool thing about stories that I love, and I've taken like a deep dive into, is that It's a 24-hour kind of life, but you can also filter them into bubbles on Instagram, which we're not even going to go to, but you can also always download them. If you like love something you said, or you made a cute video with your arm party, you can hit the three dots and download it. But also it creates instant conversation. So if you're someone, maybe you're new, or maybe you're trying to restart your business and you're thinking like, how do I get new blood, new blood, new blood? Well, get on your personal profile, get out of your VIP group for a minute and get vulnerable in stories. And when people start engaging with your stories and they comment right there, it opens a direct message right away. So you have a conversation starter. Now, I'm not saying she's going to book a party that day, but at least now you have an open highway to her, or him. Whereas before, it might have been just that girl from high school that you haven't talked to in 35 years and you didn't know how to break the ice. Well, now you've done it because she's watching your stories. She made the first move. Bingo, balls in our court. So when we talk about stories, again, one more time, these are people that already follow you. They are going to help create conversation and they are going to foster those relationships. Okay. So, in my personal opinion, I will tell you right now that I want you to work smarter, not harder. Please, for the love of God, do not just post whatever Crystal Sanchez or whoever is your graphic designer sends you to your story and call it a day. That is never going to give you any business. It's never going to give you any street cred. And I say that with total love. You have to warm up the market. And even if that is 2 seconds, I want to see your face. I want you to turn that camera on. Even if it's, hey, y'all, making my coffee. Do you like it with creamer or not? Then you can go to a graphic, or you can upload a reel that maybe your team has provided, or maybe you downloaded from some other person. So on and so forth. I will say also, just nice practice. If you do take a reel from some other stylist, always credit her. Okay. That's just common courtesy. I will say that. But I like to warm up my audience. So how do I do that? Well, a lot of times the easiest as a stylist and as a busy mom, again, I do this completely from home and I have 4 kids under the age of 10. So they're like right here all in my, in my ears. If you're someone that leaves and goes to work, this would be a perfect way as soon as you get to the office or whatever you end up doing where you have a bit of quiet. I love to get like a car mount cell phone holder that suction cups to the windshield. And I just pop my phone in there and I just maybe have a moment. And you don't have to say like, hey, y'all, happy Tuesday. I'm going to wait for some of you to pop on. No, you just garbage on me. Just be like, oh my gosh, the traffic. Oh, come on, y'all. Like, seriously, can we get some good drivers today? How's the traffic where you are? Tell me. Like, and just pretend like you're literally talking to your best friend right there on screen. And then from there, you want to kind of think, okay, I'm going to tell them something that's either coming up or maybe something that's launching and how I can kind of solve their problem. So this is where our content falls under that whole educational or even entertaining subcategory. A lot of times you say it's just earrings. Well, no. Hello, teacher appreciations this week. You could go right into that. Traffic was horrible. How was it for you? Oh my gosh, I'm sweating bullets. I haven't even started my work day. I need like a vodka tonic. Oh, by the way, like it's teacher appreciation week. Like I totally forgot. Thank the good Lord I'm a stylist because I got tons of earrings. Do you need some earrings? Because I can ship them today. And maybe you're going to show 2 or 3, or maybe be wearing them. And now you've shifted to an educational content. And then your final story will be either maybe a stock photo of the impressions. And then you're going to add a sticker that says comment impression or comment teacher if you'd like to snag some earrings today. And I will say, I have seen a drastic change from when I just made a story that says like, let me know. You know how like you try to host or book a party and you're like, let me know if you want to have a party. They don't let you know. No, you got to tell them I got Thursday or I got Friday. Which one works better, right? You got to give them 2. It's like the kids. You can't let them have the whole pantry. You get crackers or grapes, right? You got to dumb it down. So that's the same thing here. Instead of just saying, oh my gosh, it's teacher appreciation. I've got these gorgeous earrings. They're only $28, 3 carats of handcrafted cubic zirconia. You know, Scott tells us to romance it. Like, how can you romance a sparkly stud? Well, you can do it. I believe in you. And then you say, comment the word impression if you want to get the hookup. comment the word teacher, drop in my DMs, hook me up, and I will share with you a card. And that way it then gets them to do something and it opens up that DM. Am I going too fast? The other way I like to warm up my people is feelings and a story, like I said, of what I do today. And then I go into my services. And you're like, well, what do? We don't like fix cars or, fix tires. Hello, we make people feel so much better about themselves. Do you know that 73% of women today in America suffer from depression? Like when I read that, my heart breaks because that's just the ugly devil. I'm sorry. But if I can help one woman change the way she thinks about herself, I am doing the good Lord work. But honestly, it's just ears. But seriously, when they hook up with us and they see the transformation, that is a service. And not only that, but I can provide it on a gold platter for free with the hostess plan. So if you're like, I don't know what content to make, I don't know what to say. Hello, pull out, I don't know where it is. Pull out the hostess brochure and just read that sucker. Did you know that when you have an online party with me, OMG, you get $400 in free jewelry when 10 of your friends buy something? I'm sorry, DSD, but you don't do that to me. So instantly you can just take what's in the back office or any type of graphic and just literally read it. And that is content. But our hostess plan, our style services, the idea, the concept of no jewelry, like I don't wear a lot of jewelry. Yeah, but how does it make you feel when you do? When you tap into that, that is our service. Okay. And when we look good, we feel good. And there is a actual scientific correlation between the mind and body. And that is a awesome experience if you can provide that. So know that and get really good at that. And I promise things are going to skyrocket. Okay. The last thing is market research. What the heck does that mean? I feel like that's a Jessica word. But this is where I might be doing something where I'm just talking to my audience, but I'm doing something else, like making coffee. I have 4 different tripods. So by the way, if you do nothing else after tonight, first off, just know that content is not that brilliant. It's just really dumbing down the basics. But get yourself a couple tripods, honestly, because me carting around this ring light all over my house is a pain. So I have little ones in my bathroom. I have the suction one on my car. I got one on a window because that's the best lighting. Just buy a couple cheap ones on Amazon. And that way, no matter where you are, when you have a moment of creativity or you want to say something, you have no excuse now. So I have a tripod, a little one in my kitchen, because I will literally go live, quote unquote, go on my stories every morning as I'm making the boys breakfast or my coffee. And I'm just talking. And this is when I'll ask them, how many of y'all go in your closet and say to yourself, I've got nothing to wear. I got nothing to wear. And yet you got that chair. I see that chair in the corner. It is overflowing with clothes. I see you. How many of you feel that way? And then you put up a poll, right? Or you put up or this or that. You want to somehow create some type of, you are gauging your market. Okay, where are these people struggling? How can I come in and save the day with my cape? All right, so that's one of the questions I like to ask. I also like to ask them, do you have events coming up? And I might make a poll that has to talk about graduation, wedding, bridal shower, all these things that I know jewelry can solve. Or maybe they're probably going to have to find a dress, and that dress needs accessories. Prom, everyone going on a cruise. Oh my gosh, I had one girl go on a cruise. She bought 4 different looks of jewelry per day. She was the best. Okay, anyway, sidebar. So market research is where you are just literally asking the audience so that you can have answers for yourself. If I poll my audience today and ask them if they struggle with wardrobe panic, I know for the next 3 weeks, that's all I need to talk about. Okay. But if they don't really respond to that, I'm just gonna go again the next day and say, okay, how many of you have a birthday coming up for your mom or your mother-in-law? And you have bought them the same dang candle or the same top or the same Lululemon leggings, and you just need something different. And you're just what can I get? And again, you're just doing questions that create market research. Okay, sorry. So there's that. And that's where I love polls and questions. And these don't have to be winded. No, these are maybe 1-2 stories total. So I'm going to walk you through that in a minute, but a story, do you know how long a story is? It 7 seconds? He doesn't know. Okay. It's so many seconds, and then you have to like record a new one. So it's not very long. So if you think like, oh, I have to perform this 45-minute live, no, stories are quick. And then after you do that and you warm up your audience, you can come back with, oh, deal of the day. Oh, new jewelry launching. OMG, I'm having a mega show. Like, then you can go there. But if you just wake up and go, post Lana, post butterfly necklace, $7, hope someone buys it, nothing gonna happen. If it does, I'm really happy for you, but it's never happened for me. I have to warm them up. I don't know why. Again, people, even though they like fast content and they don't want to read and they don't want to like really engage with you, people do crave relationships. I actually also read in my research that we are the loneliest society right now. Like there is a epidemic of loneliness. He was about to help me. Okay, I'm running out of breath. I need a water. Hot hubby's here. Do you mind bringing me my water? Thank you, love. Okay, so the other flip side is a reel where you're going to actually spend more time, and we're going to get a little creative tonight. Hopefully I can do that very soon and quickly. And they last, again, they can go up to 1.5 minutes now, I believe, and they live forever and eternity unless you delete it. You can share it, you can download it, you can put it in parties. Reels are awesome in parties. And that goes everywhere if you have a public audience. You know, if you're doing a private party group, that's different. But whereas your stories, again, I just want to reiterate, is for your current followers. So when it comes to ideas for reels, again, it's the same 4 pillars. And that's where I kind of break it up. So educational, I like to talk about the sale. I like to talk about the hostess plan. I like to talk about maybe about deal of the day. Or why is it so warm? It's warm water. Ugh. Okay. Or I really love to talk about like one piece, like Trudy, and take that sucker apart and show it like a zillion ways. That is a great reel. You could literally do that each week on like a different necklace. You got content for the next 3 years. When we think about inspirational, that is what I like to do with B-roll. So if you're not fluent in video life, which I had to learn these things, again, everything, what I love, by the way, is network marketing. It is just a way for us to become better people with a great compensation plan. Like we are constantly learning skills that I didn't even know I needed, but I am learning the video terminology. B-roll is when you just videotape yourself like doing laundry. Like you're not talking, you're not going live, you're not having like great lighting. You're just capturing footage of your life. And the other day I did this where I literally propped up the phone and I was playing Nerf guns with my boys. And then I made a short reel of it. I condensed it and then just put verbiage on top where I chose text. And it might have been like, I think I said something like, my point of view is this job said I could stay home with the kids. This was a no-brainer. So it's some sort of inspirational content. I might be tugging at the heartstrings of other fellow moms who want to stay home with their kids and maybe can't. And so that's where that content comes into play. And let me tell you right now, that if you don't think you have a story to tell, we all do. We all have a test that we have come out of to bring a testimony. And it doesn't have to be something super dramatic with fireworks. It can be as little as like, I just wanted to stop asking my husband for money to get my nails done. And that's my story. And you're just going to run with it. And you're going to start relating to women that want that same thing. So break down the walls and stop thinking you have to be perfect or have a really awesome, production of like a night and day transformation, and just share you. That's honestly what we need to be doing. Okay, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. The other thing is also when it comes to inspirational is the business opportunity. Hello. Like how much more inspirational can we get? So if you are taking B-roll, I don't know if you all have parties during Sparkle. We get together on awards night with our local gals. If you do that, you guys just did the Illuminate retreat. If you took some footage of that, share those suckers and just be not bragging like my company's better than your company. That's not what I'm talking about. It's more just inspirational of like, you too could design a life you love. Like this could be you. This could be your reality. Like, or even just, raise your hand, comment below if you want this and whatever it is. And it's like you and your son having coffee on the, the couch, like whatever B-roll you're collecting. One of my greatest videos that got some traction was me putting laundry in the dryer. And I was like, what I love is that I just stopped working, but I am making money while still, like, I threw in some laundry and now I'm going to go clean up the kitchen. Like that. I don't know if you can get more flexible than that. So that's inspirational content. The other types, hey, Liam, you're distracting me. Sorry. Is entertaining. Now, this is where you might see someone else's reel. Maybe they're doing something stupid or funny. Like if you want to learn a dance, I don't really do that, even though I'm a dancer. But if you want to catch on a trend, I wouldn't just do this, like sprinkle them. But this is where you can just be funny. A lot of times, if you want to do a voiceover, if you can get good at that, I will say that can be a huge time suck. I've tried it. But if you can whack one or two out and it's just purely just for funny, those are great too, because it also just breaks it up, because you're not just like a seller. You're doing like the 80-20 rule where you're dropping in real life along with the park lane. And then lastly, the selling, obviously. And that's where you can definitely come in and, either talk about new collections that's dropping, steal of the days. I don't even know what they're called anymore. Deals, steals, they're all changing. Bonus buys, like all those things. If we have a promotion for joining, that I would all subcategory that under like the selling pillar. Okay. Okay. Then I think that's mostly what I was trying to separate. Now I want to actually teach you a reel. Who's down for that? So I will say, with my team, for those of you who don't know, I think most of you know, but maybe you don't, I assume. My real mother is my upline. Her name is Lisa Tallarico, and she is the fashionista queen. She did a business called Premier Designs for 26 years, and then they closed their doors, and she was like the fashion expert. She trained in fashion for every rally and convention. And so that was my upbringing. So unfortunately, I'm kind of like, I was groomed to be that. But even if you are not fashionable, what we teach our team, and if you ever want a side training, Jessica, you can surely let me know, but we teach the fashion formula, where the women that do struggle with putting together a cute outfit, or they don't know what the HE double hockey sticks to wear every day, I can solve that in 3 seconds with 3 easy steps. It's called the fashion formula. And that's the reel I wanted to teach you tonight. But in regards to like training on it, we can always do that another time. But essentially what I'm going to do is move this, and then I'm going to share my screen. So if you can make me, Jessica maybe doesn't know how to do this, the host, so I can share my phone. She's like, oh no. Okay. Oh, my back just cracked. Is anyone like information overload? Anytime I learn something new, I'm like, hold on,
Okay.
stop.
I gave you sharing capabilities, and you have to read the last comment. They said that the reason why the water was so hot is because your husband made it hot, because he's so hot. I'm sorry.
So if you friend me, if you end up like friending me or whatever, it's a joke. If you're like, wow, she really, loves her husband. I always call him my hot hubby, and he is in professional sports. So every time I share like content that he's in it, I always go find the hashtag hot hubby. So it's kind of like a thing now, but yeah, it's like so warm. It's weird. It's not very good. I need ice cubes.
Okay, let me know if you can share. I turned that on for you.
Why is it a sharing?
I didn't turn it on yet.
Hold on, we have our assistant here.
Okay, which one? Like this? You want your photo in it?
It doesn't have to
It's
be.
not how it actually looks.
All right, go here.
Okay.
All right, can you see anything? No.
Right? Then you're gonna tap that there.
Oh, look at this. All right, now you have to move your body, please.
Yeah.
Move it or lose it, kid. Okay, and I want to show you this is real life too. That this is my dingy office. And I will say, when I make a reel, y'all, I don't even know where I'm looking now. When I make a reel, can you see my backdrop? Hold on. Can you see me now? This is literally a tablecloth that look how ghetto. I clipped onto a bookshelf. Okay, that's what we're working with today. Now you can definitely have like a background, but I think sometimes when I'm making a reel, I need it to be like really crisp. Like Carissa's reels, like she's got a cute house behind her. I got like Legos. It's not cute. What?
Show them over there.
No, I'm not showing them. Okay, so can you see my computer at all right now? Or just my phone? Just my phone. Okay, so what we're gonna learn is the fashion formula. And what I suggest to you all is first, when you're first starting reels, is doing it in your phone. Now, if you don't have an iPhone, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna try to do this the best I can. But I like to make my content in my phone first and then work with it in Instagram. Okay. Now you can do all of this in Instagram. And if you are fluent in Instagram, then that's awesome. I have had the unfortunate event where I've made it and then I go to like post it or even just save it and then it gets deleted. And so if it's in your phone first, you always have that footage. So that's just my cup of tea. Maybe Carissa can expand on that because I know she's making a lot of reels lately. So fashion formula is that you want to dress in neutrals for step 1. You want to add some fashion for your step 2. And then your step 3 is your jewelry. And that is style made simple. 1, 2, 3, right? So first I'm going to go to Instagram and show you that always when you want to create a reel is you want to first find music. And what I love is that when I scroll, again, anytime you're scrolling, make sure you're doing it with an IPA, with some sort of income producing activity. So if all you do tonight is find one reel with music you want to save, then okay, you have one. But anytime you save a reel, you can go back and use that music, or you can just hit save audio. So when I do that and I hit this little musical note at the top, you see that eighth, is that a double eighth? I don't know what that's called. Okay,
I can't read.
so it goes to saved pile, and this song is the one we're going to use. Can you hear it? Let's see. Hold on. Uh-oh. Can they hear it?
It's not playing.
Why isn't it playing?
I don't know.
Hold on. Did that work?
You have to wait. You
Ah,
have to hit the little play button.
saved? Okay.
It's loading.
Thank you, Lamb. I don't think it's going to let us play it.
No, I will. It worked last time.
Oh, Jess, I promise I was prepared.
Hey, don't worry. All I hear is the Starbucks music, so anything is better than that. So
Play. Hold on.
It's loading. No, if you turn on Wi-Fi.
Just pause, Liam.
Mom, look.
What?
You can't turn off Wi-Fi.
Uh-oh.
It freezes it up.
Tell me we can't hear the music.
yeah, I don't hear anything.
Oh, sweet Jimmy Johnson, y'all. We were going to do this together.
Okay, well, tell them to look up the music.
He's such a pain. Tell them to look up their own music. Round one. So do you hear that, like, that song had 3 distinct, like, separations?
Beats.
Yeah, 3 beat. I like that. 3 cuts. So that I like to find songs like that because it makes it really easy for me to know when to do a transition. So the 3 transitions I'm also going to teach you tonight are the fist, the clap, and then the swipe. They're like my favorite. They're my go-to. You can also always do the high five, which is like super basic. And you can also do that with like a box, FYI. And what I mean by that is the high five is you just bring your hand up to the screen, or you can do it with a box. And all you want to do is make sure that whatever object you're using, or even like your Stanley, covers the camera. That's the whole point of a transition, is you want to like get to a black screen so that you can change your clothes or change whatever you're doing. So the high five is what I call that, but you can use a prop. But the 3 transitions that we're going to do really quickly are the fist, which is you take a fist and you punch the screen, and you want to, again, fill as much of the screen as possible. Now, if you see some of you, it's okay. The clap is you're just going to clap in front of you. And then we have the swipe, where you're going to go from corner to corner of the screen and you're going to swipe the hand down. Now, no matter who you are, beginner or advanced, do your transitions as fast as you can, meaning don't go like this. Okay. You want to go like as fast as possible. I know that seems really weird, but it makes for a better cut. Okay. So what we're going to do is get out of Instagram again, because I just wanted you to hear that song. I hope we can find that song again. And you want to go back to your camera roll, and look at that closet. Holy moly. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is first make our first clip. And you want to be thinking like, okay, I'm going to share the fashion formula. So first I'm going to like maybe either bop around, or I might go like this or point to the screen, because I'm going to put text. So what I'm going to do is hit record, and I'm going to be like, I'm thinking to myself, have you ever had a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear? I mean, do a couple takes of this. It might be a hot mess. You might have your hair down and be like this, like whatever is more real life, where you're like a frustrated woman. Okay, so we're going to be recording, we're thinking, and we're like, how can I do this better? How can I look cute? And then we're going to throw our fist to the screen, and then we're going to stop recording. Okay, so that's take one. Can everyone see this? I don't even know.
Yeah,
Is this helpful?
it
Okay.
So we saw you, but just so you know, I didn't hear the music. You may have heard the music. I didn't, unless somebody else can tell me they heard it.
Why?
What do you mean? There's no music.
I think you heard it.
Like-
but your video is good. Like what? Yeah, we didn't hear any music, but the video is good. Maybe when it's done, it'll do it.
I hear it. Yeah.
Try. Okay, well, let me do my clips first. Okay. Sorry, ladies. Okay, so that was take one. Take two, you're going to put your little fashion piece on. And again, this is where we can do more training. But basically what a fashion piece is something to hide the lumps and bumps, because we all have them. But also, this is where women get to express themselves with patterns and colors and personality. Like, we want to start basic. We don't want to be wearing like, plaids and floral from head to toe and look like wallpaper. Now we can add some interest to our outfit, right? This also creates that vertical line. Here I am going into the training. Okay. But anyway, it creates that vertical line. So the focus goes up to our impact zone, and everyone's going to look up here and off here. Okay. Then our final cut is going to be the jewelry. So now what you want to do is remember your last transition, which was the fist. So you're going to start your recording with your hand up at the camera, okay? And this might take a couple takes, but you're going to put the hand up, and then you're going to start recording, and then you're going to bring it back fast. Okay, remember, you don't want to do like slokey pokey. You want to be, okay? Am I delayed?
It delays when it's recording.
Okay. And then you're going to keep going and be like, okay, couple seconds of text, and then stop recording. Is it a huge delay?
No, and they can
It's
see
not, but we can see you also because you're sharing on the right. So I can see you really moving in real time on the right side. So I mean, it's okay for me. We're gonna watch the end result anyways. So, but we're getting the gist of it. I think most people are. So this is really cool though.
Okay. Y'all are like, this is such a hot mess. Okay. Okay, so that's take two. And then the final take is the jewelry. So of course, that's why I took my jewelry off, because I forgot that we were going to do this. I mean, mom brain.
that.
But this is where I love, right after a party, when you have hair and makeup already done, this is a great time, especially if those wish lists are slow coming in. Utilize your time. You're already looking gorgeous. And, take your jewelry on and off, and just fumble through a couple of reels. And you don't have to post them. That's the good thing of where a live, that gets shown. This, you can kind of have a minute and then be like, whoo, I got to practice that. But honestly, when I drop jewelry and, do all the crazy stuff, that's when people are like, oh, you're so relatable. I know. Okay. But now we have our jewelry on. Do I have my arm party on? Yes. Okay. So now we have our jewelry on, and we have our step 2 on. So that's the final step to the fashion formula. So, I didn't do my other transition. Huh? Shoot. Okay.
You did the fist last.
Yeah,
you
that
did
was
the
the
fist.
first transition. Oh,
I can
sweet
just see your
Jimmy.
knuckle
Okay, I'm
right
just gonna keep
there.
the earrings on. Pretend the earrings are on. Okay, so I'm retaking the second clip. Okay, y'all? It's gonna go slow. I'm sorry. So we're here again. Okay. All right. So that's the second clip, because I needed another transition, and that's where I did the swipe. Okay, so now the jewelry goes on. And we have to repeat that transition because we're going to piece them together. Oh my goodness, they don't pay us enough for this. No, I'm kidding. They pay us awesome. Okay, so now is our third and final clip, and we're going to do the swipe again because that's where it connects at the railroad. And this is the final product of going from drab to fab, right? So we're going to record again. No, we did the swipe.
Oh.
We're swiping, and then we're like, OMG, look at me. Okay, I'm not really talking when I make a reel, okay? But this is when I get up close and I share the jewelry and I'm doing all the things. And then I just might go maybe one more transition. You don't need to, but I just wanted to teach you the clap. So when you clap, you can just do it, right dead center. You just want to make sure that your next transition or your next film, you're going to stay in the same area. Like you could try a different background, but now you're getting way advanced. And then our final film could be the clap and high five. No. Here, can you get me go over there, Lynn? Quick. You got to move your body. I'm stuck. And get that jean jacket.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness. You're going to be fired in a minute. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this over by not. No, the jean jacket. All right, give me that white cardigan. That's fine.
I see it.
I have my whole closet down here.
There's a white cardigan.
Oh my goodness, watch the jewelry.
There's a white cardigan inside of it.
Okay, quick. You're too slow. They're going to fire you. Okay.
No one's hiring me in the first place.
Okay, this does not go. All right. Just imagine this jean jacket didn't have pearls on it. Okay. So I changed my step 2 because now I'm going to say, oh, you can do it again with a different layering piece. So we're going to record again with the clap for the final film. So clap and then be like, oh my gosh, we did it again. Same jewelry, same tank top, but different day. And then maybe like tag a friend because you're going to point to the screen and give them a call to action. Okay. Now we're going to go to Instagram and you can't hear that song. That's so annoying.
Well, let's ask them. Try it again.
Okay. So let's go all the way to Could you hear that? You could hear that girl
Okay.
talking?
Yeah,
So
I heard her
try it
talk.
again.
That's weird. Okay. So
Try it again.
shh, silence. So we're going to make the reel. So I want to make sure I go through this step by step. So you have all your footage in your phone. And now you're going to go to Instagram, hit the plus sign, and then it says reel, right? Do you see how it says post, story, reel, or live at the bottom? I'll see that. Okay. Then we're going to hit story. I'm sorry, we're going to hit reel. I'm losing my mind. Okay. All right. And we're going to go to our first clip we made, which is right here of me in the black tank top. We're going to highlight that and we're going to add that. There I am.
Can you hear that?
Can you hear that?
No, it was weird. I didn't.
they
I heard
can't-
the lady talking when you were sharing your Instagram, but not the
Did you
real
hear
music.
me? Did you hear me
Uh,
talking in the reel?
No.
So when you're making it real, I guess Instagram blocks that. Wait, let me try something. Go.
Maybe make sure your sound is coming through your.
I know why. Because technically, when you're playing an Instagram reel, the phone thinks it's a video and it'll play it there. But when you're making it, it doesn't count it as you watching a video, so it doesn't play the audio and screen share.
You
And
see what
look
I'm
at
saying?
that technical. Look at the technical person there. It's okay, but like even if we can't hear the sound, at least we're watching your actions, and this is the part that people get really nervous about because it's a lot of steps. So I think
Oh,
at
totally.
least watching this is helpful that you're gonna piece this together is what you're really doing.
When the final result play on your homepage, and they can hear the music then. See the final result.
Okay. So this white, I want to like touch my screen over here, but you can't. The white bar at the bottom, do y'all see me moving that?
Whoa.
Okay, that is where it's going to That's where it's going to condense the video length. So I, was talking for a minute there. So I'm going to try to cut as much of that off as possible. And I'm going to cut as soon as I hit the screen. So my thumb comes forward, my fist, and cut. So I'm going to turn that whole blurb into literally, I think it was like 0.3 seconds. Okay.
30 point.
Then you can hit sorry, it's so loud on my end.
Intense.
Now you're gonna hit at the bottom, it says add clips. Can you all see that where it says add clips?
Just popped up.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna add all the ones I made for the sake of time. And we added, I can't even remember, but
I love people talking.
this one. And then we're gonna add
What is happening?
oh, sorry. Then we're gonna add no, that wasn't it. This one, right? With the jewelry. Okay. All right. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go back. So you see how I can edit down here? I can scroll, and in between each video is this little white square. And that is where it's gonna give you again the drag tool to find your cut. So if you remember, our video ended with the fist. So our new video has to start with the fist. So we have to drag that yellow bar all the way to the fist, like literally a second before you take it away. So it can't be too long. I want to show you the difference because if I leave the fist there for too long, watch how lame it looks, okay?
I mean,
that was lame.
Even the first clip was.
Now, watch this. When I make it tight, I call this a tight edit. So you want to get as close as possible. Okay, we're going to bring this in even. Okay, now watch the difference. I can even make that tighter.
Much better.
Now, don't kill yourself, but I'm saying, again, people, this is how we've like trained them to only love quick content. So I'm going to scroll on by and go to the next, transition. And I did the swipe. So if you remember, I told you to go as fast as possible with the hand, and this is why. So what I like to do is just move my finger ever so slowly and find where my hand is like literally right in the middle, right there. Boom. And then I'm going to touch that piece of video and drag the yellow to that white bar. Do you see the white bar in the middle of like the video? Okay, I'm going to drag the yellow to that. Okay, so now that cut is shorter. Now my next cut, I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to find my hand again. Whoops, sorry, y'all. I'm going to find my hand where it goes in the screen. There I am talking. Oh, there it was. So I go back right there. So highlight it with your finger, find the yellow, and then move it on down to that white bar. Boom. Now let's watch that transition. So just back it up a bit, hit play. Now I had earrings in, but the big transition was the necklace. Did you catch it? Now, hopefully, we might use bigger jewelry here, but no, it's still so cute. But anyway, all you want to say, and you don't have to do a different transition for each video. You can do the fist each time. You can do the high five each time and keep it super basic. All I want you to think about is use your hand or your prop very, very fast. So even if you want the Stanley Cup, bring it in, bring it out. Okay, last transition, we're doing a clap. This one is kind of my most fun, but you want to bring the video right to where the hands kiss. And then again, move that yellow to the white bar. And then I forgot to add the other video. So now I have to go back to add clip, add me in the denim jacket. And that's at the end here. And now we're going to find where I clap with the jean jacket. Oh, there I am. And now drag the yellow to the clap. I know, right? Hot diggity dog. This is what I'm saying. Booking, hostess coaching, recruiting. This is extra. Okay, so let's watch this transition. Okay. So again, you want to think fast, whatever it is. If it's the Stanley Cup or the coffee cup, whatever it is, just do that fast. The other parts of you doing the jewelry can be slow, or slower. You know, ultimately, remember, try to keep it like under a minute. Okay. And so again, if you remember here at the end, I said point or do something because now we're going to add the call to action. And even though my finger is now pointing here, if you can see, I've still all this excess on the bottom here of the tail. I'm going to cut all that out. We don't need all that. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to tap the screen, and then up at the top, you see the uppercase A and the lowercase a. That's our text tool. And I might say, tag a friend who will love this. Okay. Now I love to make it nice and big. I like to hit the A in the middle, and that gives it a background. If you keep tapping it, it goes through all the different options. I think this is really easy to read, but maybe not. I don't know. And then I kind of just move it to where my finger is. Now you want to make sure that that only shows up at the end. Now this is advanced. You don't have to add text, but at that point, you want to, at the very bottom where you see it says tag a friend, nice and small. If you hit that, it'll populate and show you where on the video it is, which is the whole entire thing. No, we don't need that. So we're going to drag that yellow bar again and make it till the very end of the video because we don't need that text right now. It's like the surprise ending. Okay. Now, why do we want to tag a friend? Or let's think of some call to actions. You could say comment style if you want to learn more. Comment necklace if you, I don't know, that's not a good one. But you could definitely do that. Or you could say share this if you found it helpful. Anytime people take your stuff and get it in circulation, the better. But you want to tell people exactly what to do, not just post and be like, okay, I hope it does something. So I do love to either add directions in my caption or at the very end on the screen. So now, where's that finger again? There we go. Okay, so let's watch that play out. I guess you can't see the text either.
No. Was it on there?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I just
Hey, someone's booking a party.
That was like
That's hilarious. Okay. All right. I really wish you could see the hear the song. Hold on. Okay. So just for the sake
But Genevieve, what you can do too is when you're done, if you want to just share it with us, then I'll share it with the group, the finished product.
I mean, it's okay, yeah.
no, just
Yeah, like
show it.
later, like you can finish it up, polish it up, and then we can hear the music and kind of see how you did that.
Once you're done and you play it on Instagram, it'll count it as watching a video and it'll give them the music and the text and everything.
Okay. All right. So here's a good, okay, we're going to continue. When you hit this blue arrow at the top, that's going to let you either share it immediately and save it. Oh, y'all don't know what Blingo is? See, Jess, this is why I am all about sharing as Karen. All right,
like
girls,
post.
y'all, what did you do for Cinco de Mayo? All we do is Blingo. Okay. Next training. I'll give you 5 seconds at the end. Okay. So you can either share now or you can save your draft. We're obviously going to save
That's
it
a great
because
cover.
it's a hot mess. So I'm going to hit save and it's going to go to the archives. I'm going to show you where that is. And you have your profile, pardon me, on Instagram. Now, I will say I have never to this day made a reel in Facebook. I either make it in an outside app, which I didn't even get to tonight, or I do everything within Instagram because it's so easy. And then my Instagram is set up that it automatically shares to Facebook. But if you don't even have an Instagram, then what I would recommend is you get some type of editing app that you can just make these in an app and then share it to Facebook. Because you don't need Instagram, but if you already have it, they have it built into their platform. The app that I personally use to make them is CapCut, but I will say it's kind of like Canva at first. You want to kill it, and then you get used to it. But that way you can at least just keep sharing to Facebook, and save it to your camera roll. And that way you always have your content. Also know that the minute you share it out there to Facebook world, they own it. So they could, do whatever they want with it at some point. So you want to have an original somewhere on your phone. So if I go to my account and I hit the middle button here above my, what do you call this? My page, that is all my reels. And then if you see the drafts to the left, that's where the drafts are going to hang out. So if you can see here, I have quite a few that I have started. And that's okay, because I might have a moment and then, life calls. I have to be a mom or I have to do a party and things happen. But at least you can always get started and you can always come back to them. But what I will say is this is where I have come back sometimes and they have vanished. And so I always love to have the original content on the phone. Okay, so really quickly, 3 seconds. Oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock. Just hyperspeed stories. Same thing is my personal account is tied to Facebook. So I make my stories right in Instagram, but you can do this in Facebook as well. But you're going to hit that plus sign, and instead of reel, you want to hit story. And now you can be like, oh my gosh, the traffic was horrible. So I don't like to hold the phone and record. If you hit this little arrow, you can put hands free. And then that way you can have both your hands and you can be recording. So you can literally be like, oh my goodness, the traffic was horrible. I'm so late. Do you like your coffee, black or with cream? And then blah, blah, blah. Okay, stop recording. What the who nanny?
Power just went out.
Can you? Oh, there we go. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So I just want to show you that in Instagram, oh my goodness. The button up here that looks like, I call it a smiley face post-it note right next to the musical instrument. Those are what we call our stickers or our prompts. And what you can add, my two favorite that create conversation, again, we're cultivating relationships, we're opening the doors to getting people to talk to us, is the polls and the questions. So polls is down here and it says poll. You're going to hit that and you can fill in. So if you ask them if they like their coffee black or with cream, and that way they don't have to necessarily respond to you in a message. They can vote via on the poll. And from there, you can open up a direct message. The other one that I like, so if you hold it down, you can take it to the trash can and get rid of it, is the question box. So you're going to go down again where it says questions. And here, even though it already has asked me a question, I like to make my own. And this is where if I share, let's say, the style drop of the day or a style steal, to me, I get much better response if I say comment Lana, I don't know what I'm highlighting today, to snag a pair. So I'm giving them very specific verbiage. You know how you might shop an influencer and they'll say comment jeans if you want to know where I got these jeans. It's the same thing because it instantly sends them a link or sends them to your to know it, and you have the access right there. That's what you're doing here. So you are knowing that this girl, whoever takes the time to comment Lana, wants the earrings, wants a cart made. She has given you full permission to share that cart, baby. Or if you said, comment the word style show, if you want to hear about, how I can give you a $400 shopping spree, you have now full access to give her your pitch about being a hostess. So she will, when you're the recipient, she will comment in that box. And when that happens, boom, you now have a direct message open with either a complete stranger or a follower that you have been avoiding because you went to high school together. Okay, so those are stories. And at the bottom, you can also share these to maybe close friends, which I don't really do. But on the left, it says share to your story, and that's going to go out to your followers. And if you have it linked to your Facebook, same thing. Now, if we go to Facebook, just because I'm here, at the top, it says, do you see my face? What's on your mind? And then right under that, it says create a story with the blue plus sign. Same idea. Okay. Now, either we can start recording, pardon me, or you can use footage. Maybe if you don't like to do it right there, on the spot, record yourself. You could totally do that and then do it right here. Like I could take this footage and make it but I could also just open up. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Oh.
Open up the camera. Where are they? Oh, there it is. It's at the top. See the little camera? There I am. And now I can tell them the same thing. OMG, traffic was horrible. Do you like your coffee with creamer or not? Okay. And it's yeah. Okay, from there you can add stickers again. And from there you can add stickers again and do the poll or the question mark right on Facebook. So same thing. You can say comment me. OMG, where are you? Comment me if you want deets. I don't know. And again, if you don't talk like this, make it how you talk. Okay. And then you can hit share. So that's that. Okay. How do I go back to real life over here now? Stop sharing. What do I do? This? Okay. Stop sharing. Can you hear me or am I muted?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I don't even know what's happening.
That was
Hot damn, that was a
so
lot.
good.
Excuse my French.
That was so good, Genevieve. I know there was a little bit of the audio that you couldn't grab, but that, I don't know about you, but for some of y'all, you have to have a little bit more understanding, right? Like, I feel like I could watch it for hours. And I even learned now, because I do reels, I don't think they're that fancy, but like the bar, I never realized that the bar is where I actually want my video to be. And then you just move the lever over. I'm like, because you should see me going, like I'm going back and forth. And I keep cutting it. So like I learned that piece. So if anything, I hope somebody got something from it. And I think what I also loved is that Instagram, y'all, if y'all don't know, Instagram lets you do the link in your reels and your stories, but Facebook doesn't let you do a link. So when y'all see us say like snag me here, and you want to put a link to a cart or a link to your VIP group or whatever, you can only do that in the Instagram. So I think I'm going to start switching to Instagram for my reels. It seems a little bit easier to work. Oh, is it there, Erin? Okay, great. You're gonna have to tell me the workaround, Erin, because I wasn't aware of. So, Genevieve, this
I
was
will say
so good.
no. I will still plug. Again, we want to make sure our time is spent well. That I would prefer like Susie to message me and go link, and then me say, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna have so much fun in my VIP group. Click here." Then me just post the VIP group and hope someone joins. I would rather have a conversation, get to know her, tell her why she's got to be a part of this exclusive community where all the dirt is I spill the tea, then just hope and pray I'm going to put a link out there that someone's going to buy. You know what I'm saying? So keep that mindset, right? That this isn't going to like instantly make us $1 million, but we might find 3 or 4 new amazing customers and forever, pivot our business. That's where we're going with this. Okay. That's where we're going. Does anyone have any quick questions? If you do, seriously, I don't have anywhere to be. Hot Hubby's upstairs. But I will say really quickly, Blingo is where you pay bingo with jewelry. It's another way to do a fashion show if you're not really into fashion, but you want to share the jewelry and you give prizes and people freaking love it. But we always train our team to do it at Cinco de Mayo. And we do it as like a give back to our customers. And then we get ready for our next mega show. So it really helps the algorithm because everyone's commenting in that live video. We do it via obviously live, but you can always do it on Zoom. And it's just a great way to give a few prizes out that have nothing to do with sales, orders, bookings, nothing. But I did say last night, because we were having so much fun. I think it had been like over a year since I'd done a Blingo, that I was like, light bulb moment. I was like, hey, who wants to book a Blingo with your friends? I was like, let's do this. And I got 2 right away. And then look at that. One just gave me another one. So just because it's like the same thing, like think Park Lane 2 like this. I'm totally going off on tangents, but when you go to Gap or when we used to shop in the mall and you go in and like the jeans were to the right and the t-shirts to the left, and then you come back next week and they flip-flopped and you're like, hold on, we got some new material. It's the same merchandise. They just moved it. that's what we do, right? Jessica does it one way, Krista does it another, Jen does it this way. And then we take the same earrings, the same guarantee, the same sale, and we just spin it. It's just merchandising. So that's really the blingo is just another way to put it, but it's a great way for you to also do something fun in your VIP and also just give a couple prizes if you are sitting on some RC and you're like, I don't know what to do with all this. Or, it could be a booking incentive purely at that. But it's literally a bingo on your bingo board. I can share some with you, Jess, I just called you Jess. What the heck? With jewelry. And I can give you some instructions. But okay. No other questions? Y'all are gonna be quiet tonight? Okay.
I think they're processing all the
I think
tech
they're on
support
overload.
that- I also muted all them, so they have to come off of mute. No, like I think this was amazing. And yes, please, if you wouldn't mind sharing that offline, I can share that with our Bright Lights and my team. And Genevieve and I didn't realize our name of our group, Sparkle Sisters, we realized we named our teams the same thing. So I was like, we're meant to connect. Y'all, please give her some love in the chat. Like this was amazing. And I think we're probably gonna want to follow up an advanced training.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you so much, girls. Y'all, thank you for hanging on. I know we had over 25 people sitting for a bit, so I am gonna end the
Thank
recording
you.
and share
This
it
was
for
so
everybody.
good.
Yes.
So good.
So
And
good.
your son is 10?